Making progress towards those strategic themes. Then we have other metrics we can look at. We have those lean portfolio performance ones we just took a look at. We also have a predictability measure. How closely are we delivering on our program increment objectives? And so this is something that happens in the PIs, the program increments, where teams have PI objectives, and that rolls up to the arts, and then that can roll up to the solution, and that can actually roll up to the portfolio. How predictable are we? If we give a particular Agile release train 1,000 points of work and they commit to doing it, how reliable are they at delivering it? And then we can take a look at deploys and releases per program increment. Like I said, the more frequently we can release, the better. And then we can look at the cumulative flow diagram. How smooth are the different states? Are we running into bottlenecks? And then we can take a look at the lean portfolio management self-assessment. How much progress are we making? Are we making progress on our self-assessment? So that in this example, the red in the middle there, it's kind of middle of the range. When it gets out to the very outside of the pentagon, then we're performing at a high level. Traditional mesh, we take a look at software capitalization. With waterfall accounting methods, it's very slow, and it happens in the middle. So here we can do it constantly, moving to an Agile approach with Capex. So new features can have Capex, and then maintenance and other items can be put into OpEx, and we can flag those by feature, by story, by points, or even by hours. And so these are the different types of items that we want to capitalize or expense. So we can capitalize the salaries, cost of materials, contract labor, once we're building something. But the feasibility research and the training, that has to be expensed. And these are the different ways to account for that. The lowest precision is by story count or even feature count. And then the highest precision is going to be by story hours. And so whichever way you can extract that data easily. So here's a roadmap of a typical adoption. So you're going to start out with the alignment, establish the team, gain executive buy-in, identify opportunities, and then you move on to capture the current state, identify your strategic themes, identify your portfolio vision, establish a LACE and PMO, establish a cadence of meetings, adopt your metrics, run assessments, and continue and grow. Here's another example of a LPM roadmap that I did a couple years ago. So this is not a small thing to do. This can take several months or even a year to implement. And so when I showed you that safe implementation roadmap, it typically starts with implementing Agile release train first. And so in this example, that's the essential safe. And then once we've implemented a couple of Agile release trains, then we start talking about implementing the LPM. So then we go through these different cycles. So in this example, it took from June to March. So it took several months. It can be done quicker, but it's higher risk. It's really hard to implement change at the executive level, I'll tell you. The more coaching you can put into it, the better. But it's not an easy thing to do. Okay.